Welcome back to another exciting episode of Psychotronic Coast to Coast. Tonight we watched a little slice of 90 shot on video films that was pretty hard to find up until Seven released this beautiful DVD. And that movie involves some scarecrows and some hillbillies and some random people. And that movie's Dark Harvest here, which we watched with my wonderful girlfriend who is over here on her phone. Totally blocking the camera, but there she is. Hey, there she is. She chose it from my pile of movies available for the show, and we're watching it. So, and we watched it. I should say we're watching it. We did watch it. Anyway, Owen Neal is here with me as usual. Here. He's always here with me. He's my co-host, my co-pilot, in the cinematic shitverse that we live in. And why don't you take us? Why don't you take us through this, my navigator?
Okay. It starts out with some shitty rich people who get killed by a scarecrow. Yeah. And then it's a long time before we really see another scarecrow.
Yeah, like there's boobs in the first minute. The person gets killed, and then
we're introduced to the main cast.
Yeah, they're going on a long 7-day hike with horses. Apparently, I don't know why you don't ride the horses.
Are seen.
Well, to be fair, they never got to their destination. I just don't understand what the hike is. Why do you have a horse on a hike? Why not just ride the horse? Like I don't know.
Why do you go to desert anyways?
Well, I get the intention that it wasn't supposed to take place in California, but I'll tell you what, Victorville, California, sure is recognizable. They showed the desert surrounding. I was like, that looks like Southern California. Yep, it's Victorville, which I guess is closer to Central California, but you know what I mean. It's out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. It's weird when you first meet them, like they're all like really chummy and chatty, and I thought they were all just a group of friends, and then you realize most of them don't know each other, and there's a ranger with them that has acid wash jeans pulled up over his belly button.
Yeah, and I swear those jeans are going up his ass.
Yeah.
He's like got a nice. He's got like female cut jeans on too, so like they're like right up the crotch weird.
That's how you know you can trust that guide.
Oh my god, that guide was terrible. He was so bad at his job.
And they even asked for directions, and the guy's like, "Oh, you don't want to go that way." And they're like, "Man, he's just a dumb mechanic. Why would we listen to him?" And then they break down.
Yep.
And even one of them's like, "Why don't you go back to the mechanic?" And he's like, "He doesn't know nothing." I'm like,
yeah. He's a mechanic. He was covered in grease. I think he knows what he's doing. He loves cars, bro.
He was at least pretending to turn a wrench inside of an engine.
Yeah, right?
But yeah, now they're stranded, and they're like, "Hey, let's hike 6 to 8 hours to where we're supposed to meet up with horses."
Yeah,
and then they instantly just decide to cut across the desert. Like,
instead of going down the road, they decide to take a shortcut straight across the desert, as the crow flies.
And then, like, what? Not even an hour in, they get the guide who's guiding them to where to go, and you're like, "What the hell is that? Why is our house out here?" So he doesn't even know where he is.
It was 2 hours in, yeah.
Well, 2 hours was a scarecrow. They were at the house first.
Oh, you're right.
I'm gonna guesstimate hour and a half, maybe.
Fair.
Which they decided to wander into, which was funny because the guy was like, "Why is there a house out here? There's nothing out here. There's no cars there. Why would someone live here?" It's clearly like a completely abandoned, fallen down house. I'm like, why would there be cars there? No one's living in that dump.
The special features indicated that it was a house that was foreclosed, and so technically they were squatting.
Was it that one?
Oh no, sorry, they were staying. Sorry, that was just a random abandoned house they found along the way. See, the director decided to add every little element he found along the way, including the abandoned house. Then they find a dead dog in that house. That dead dog is a real dead dog. They just happened to find in that house.
They wrote it into the scene.
So they wrote it into the scene, yeah.
There they meet a redneck with a shotgun who tells them some wacky story.
Yeah.
About first there was Mayans, and then the wheat disappeared because apparently this was all wheat as far as the eye could see.
Out here in California.
And then his cousin died.
So three
A couple
disparate
years
events. There's thousands of years between the Mayans dying and the wheat fields dying, and then only probably several years between the wheat fields dying and his brother dying. And I gotta say, like, what the fuck do those three things have to do with each other? Unless, of course, they're mentioning. I'm assuming they're implying those scarecrows did it, but shut up. That's the answer. Fuck you. Good lord.
And they see a scarecrow, and then they're like, whatever. They don't give a shit. And they're gonna, then the guide's like looking at his company. He's like, that's not right. And he's like, oh, let's go this way. It's like, okay. But apparently they went in a circle. They ended up back at the scarecrow. And they're like, let's just camp here.
And they decided to camp right in front of the scarecrow. And
I like one of the girls like, I did not pay to camp in the desert. I'm like,
actually, you did. You just didn't pay to camp at this particular spot. Anyway, and then they all go to sleep, and the actress are babbling.
Yeah, someone has a nightmare, and they wake up. The scarecrow's gone. And they're like, must have been that old man. Let's just go back to bed.
Must have been that
Nothing
old
weird.
crazy man with a shotgun they saw in an abandoned house who threatened to kill them. It must be that guy, right?
Yeah.
What the
forget
fuck?
about it.
Where's the logic? The movie's all over the place. There's no fucking logic at all.
Just
Shit
some
just
unnecessary
happens.
Ghost stories.
Oh my god, that is a 15-minute scene. He kills 15 to 20 minutes just babbling. Just talking at the camera and making voices and shit. Occasionally there's a reaction shot. Someone like, oh, that's scary.
Then at some point, two of the girls decide they had enough of that shit and they want to leave. So they head off.
Take a flare gun with them.
And yeah, and they meet up with some rednecks who are going to rape them.
Redneck twins who have a weird accent, and I don't know what's going on. I think they're trying to do a southern accent. It was a choice. But it was a terrible choice, and they should feel bad. It was
funny. I laughed at it.
It was pretty bad. It was a memorable moment, though, to be fair.
Yeah, apparently they killed one with a flare gun.
Yeah, she off-screen shoots a guy. Like, she shoots a guy, and you can see, you hear off-screen him get, like, the flare hit him and him screaming. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other twin grabs one of the girls with a knife, tells her to put down the gun, so she does. And then he just picks it up and blows the two girls away.
Yep, well, off-screen, of course.
Of course, off-screen.
Everything's off-screen for the most part, because it's really low budget. Because apparently, the special effects director quit after a few days of filming. Because guess what? People don't like to do shit for free. Everyone worked on this film for fucking free, because no one had any goddamn money. This is the definition of that fucking stereotypical film that everyone's like, oh, no one gets paid in independent films. Well, this is one of those films that caused that fucking bullshit. Well, here we are.
Yeah. And then finally some scarecrows show up. A whole group of them.
Yep.
They don't even attack at night, do they? Or is it just, it was badly shot where it looked kind of bright at some points?
I think it was badly shot. At one point, they're shot in front of a bunch of work lights in the middle of the night. And it's literally work, like, it's supposed to be out in the middle of somewhere, but, like, it's clearly just work lights right off screen. Just shooting as much light on the camera, in front of the camera as possible. It was shot on video, in case anyone's curious. Shot on video from the 90s. I think I mentioned that. I may have not. So, it's, and at the beginning when everyone's, like, talking and getting to know each other, there's horrendous Santa Ana winds blowing, so all you hear is someone put a fucking sock over the mic. So simple. Just take your fucking sock off. Put it over the mic.
All the killings kind of get muddled up here. So I'm just going to kind of rattle off the ones I remember. Because I'm looking at a GIF I made of one of them, and it's clearly daytime. So it goes from, like, night to day. But the first scarecrow shows up at night, and then the Rangers, like, chases him off and has a fist fight with him.
Yeah, that's great.
And then he's killed by a group of them. And there's a couple having sex during the daytime, and he gets pitchforked.
Really badly. Like, he rolls over, and there's, like, just a line of red, like, food coloring and jello on his chest, and that's supposed to be his exit wound.
And then she runs off, asks for help from two people that are scarecrows, and they throw acid in her face or some shit. And she runs. She makes it back to the thing, doesn't say anything. And they throw her in a tent, and then she like speaks in some weird like demonic witch voice.
Scarecrows. And then a scarecrow crawls out of her tent, which we thought was her, but wasn't. It was just a random scarecrow, apparently.
Yeah, everyone's starting to get picked off.
There's a bunch of weird sex scenes that make no sense.
Yeah.
No one would do this. Why are you fucking in the desert?
So now we're down to 3. Guy and his fiance, who throughout the movie is repeated that they're engaged. We're engaged. We're engaged.
We're so happy. Shut the fuck up.
And he gets knocked out. I think you missed this part. He gets knocked out. And he's like in a ditch, and he wakes up and he's like, oh, "Where is she? I'm engaged."
I missed that part. Okay. That's great.
So they're like, "Oh, the scarecrows are only at night," even though it clearly
right.
Not.
Well, part of that was shot day for night. I was telling you how, like, oh, shot day for night, and then literally the next shot was bright daylight. I don't know. I think it's supposed to be day for night, and they just fucked it up, and then never fixed it.
And then my favorite scene from the movie, his fiance can't go on anymore, so he walks about 2 feet away with the other girl. He's like, "Let's leave the fat bitch."
He calls her fat.
As if what the
fuck's wrong with you?
As if she couldn't hear him 2 feet away.
Yeah, like, and what is wrong with your fucking head? You think she's fat? What the fuck, dude? Like, she couldn't be over $120. Like, what the fuck?
Before all that, my other 2 favorite scenes is he sees a car, gets in it, and it's a scarecrow driving.
Oh god, that was so fucking stupid. Like, why is the scarecrow driving a car? Oh, and why is the fucking scarecrow flying a helicopter? What the fuck?
Yeah, there's a scarecrow in a helicopter too. And he always does the same stupid, like, scared face. And makes it. And then they find a cave and decide to go in it, find a skeleton, and there's some weird story like, my grandpa told me about how the Native Americans were screwed over and they're cursed.
And they're evil. These is an evil tribe that worship black magic or whatever.
So they're the scarecrows.
I guess that's supposed to be implied that they're the scarecrows, yes.
But then the scarecrow shows up, who I'm pretty sure might have been the mechanic earlier.
Like the actor, we're pretty sure it's the same actor because he's the same scrawny arms and he's the same skin complexion.
He's the guy to death with a shovel.
Yes. And you only see his arms, so we're clear.
Yeah. Then the other girl sacrifices herself so that she can get past the scarecrow. The other girl will get past the scarecrow. Meanwhile, there's a ranger finding all the bodies, and then he finds her wandering down the road and is like, you one of the lost ones? She's like, no.
Not anymore, she said.
She walks away, and then he's like, I think I found the lost one, but I don't think she's lost at all. Credits.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
What? Yeah.
She's a scarecrow now, I guess.
All right,
she belongs there.
He sent me gifts. I'm going to go look at these gifts real quick.
Now that I'm thinking, they mentioned earlier, remember they said you can't all have beautiful Native American skin like yours. Is that the one?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's her, yeah.
So it's hinting that she's Native American.
And that she might be related to those since her grandpa told her about the story. So it's like, oh, okay, whatever.
But I thought it was the other girl talking about the story.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think she was the one mentioning that her grandpa told her that stuff. But I could be mistaken. Look at the bad movie, dude. It happens. Yeah.
I'm just thinking it was just the rednecks around, the hillbillies around the area put on scarecrows masks, started killing people.
That's possible. Maybe the town did it. The whole town. We get no fucking answers in this movie. Heck, we don't even get questions. We just get things that happen.
Like, they even pick up the cursed object, the voodoo doll. I don't know why Native Americans are
doing voodoo. I know. Like, even call it voodoo doll. I'm like,
and then like
the voodoo doll, it's not Native American.
Caving in, so I'm like, oh, they're gonna break the curse, do something. Like, nah. Not explain anything. Nope. It's just killer scarecrows in the desert.
People just die. Things happen. The movie ends.
And the horrible reasons why it's a desert. Used to be wheat fields.
Yeah, for as far as you can see, for miles around. In Victorville, California, somehow.
There you go. Scarecrows.
What's your rating, sir? Out of 5.
1.5.
What's your rating out of 5?
0.2.
0.2. Whoa! She went below the 0.5 scale. Holy shit. Is that 0.1 for each awesome GIF?
1 for the GIF, 1 for the one nice set of boobs.
Now you heard it from her. I think. I don't know the GIF. She said it was about the one for the awesome GIF and one for the nice set of boobs. So.
There was at least one set of good knockers there.
Her exact quote is, "There's at least one good set of knockers there." I didn't say it. That was all her. Anyway, I give the movie 2 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed parts of it. I don't think I'll watch it for many years, but I could see myself dragging this out, making someone watch this piece of shit. There were some interesting moments to make people go, "What the fuck is this?" So,
The main problem is just the middle.
the middle.
Drag.
That's where you go and talk with your friends, make fun of the beginning, and talk shit about the characters on screen. Yet I think this movie plays really well with the rowdy group. I think that's the when you get everyone of your few movies in, and you're on a bad movie marathon with your friends, and you're all drunk as fuck. This is when you put this movie in, because this is the only way you can salvage the middle of this movie is by ridiculing it endlessly. That's what we had to do. Yep. It wasn't a bad movie as shot and video films go. It was a little below quality when it comes to shot and video. There's a lot of as far as that goes, there is a lot of handheld shaky shots. There is at least 2 times in which the camera is on a tripod, but the tripod is horrendously crooked, and it's obvious they didn't realize it. Oh, and there's one part where the director plays a scarecrow, and he wanders into the frame just enough, then glances back to make sure he's in the frame, and then wanders in further more, and then kills the person he's supposed to kill. And they left it all in.
If you love off-screen kills, this is your movie.
That's because, of course, they lost their special effects guy. There was one other thing. There's a few flubbed lines where I just had to call out, yep, we can only do one take. One whole take. We could get any number of VHSs to record this movie, but one take is all we're going to do for these scenes. Because there's like sometimes there's that pause of someone forgetting their fucking next word. And just a few of those in there. It's kind of shocking. So yeah. 2 out of 5. There's some enjoyable pieces. If you ever had a group, you'll enjoy it. Otherwise, skip it. Yeah, sounds good. Alright, what are we watching next week, Owen?
Maybe The Paperboy?
Oh yeah, The Paperboy. That's right. That's what we were trying to watch. Yeah, I don't see why we wouldn't be able to watch The Paperboy. Yeah.
Because you keep changing the rules on me.
Hey, we had a guest, alright? It's only exceptions so far, minus holidays. Holidays and guests. It's the only time I ever change up the formula. She's laughing maniacally. There you go. Owen didn't even get to see it because he has a different camera.
My dorkiness is done for the night.
Alright, so that's it. That's a wrap for another episode of Psychotronic Coast to Coast. Thanks for joining us with this awesome DVD from Severin. Has 3 interviews. I only watched 2 of them. Pat Negri and Patty Negri and Dan Weiss. And yeah. To be fair, I would say about half of Patty Negri's thing is about her medium stories, like her doing stuff like with like Marilyn Manson and one of the cameramans. Like, well, that's not, she's like attributing everything to evil spirits, like because the cameraman stepped backwards into a fucking candle and his jacket caught fire. You can see the footage. He steps backwards and then you see his jacket kind of catches on fire a little. And she's talking about he's like burst in flames. I'm like, you mean he lightly singed his jacket, probably? Anyway, it's entertaining in its own right. Well, Patty Negri's is. Dan Weiss is, well, meh. Anyway, there's not a lot to this movie. You're going to enjoy it, maybe. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And we're going to watch Paperboy next time. So take it easy, guys. From us to you. We'll see you next time. Peace.